Skye Squad, we are back in the building, and baby, when I tell you the tea is hot today, baby. The tea is hot, so let's go ahead and dive in. We got to talk some new castings, shows are filming, things are happening. Just a shout out to yesterday, I was able to attend the Reality with the King podcast live here in Washington, D.C., with the cast of Love and Marriage DC. I am not going to give you guys any spoilers on that because I believe the episode will be airing soon, the podcast episode. So I'm going to leave that to Carlos and his team until they put that out, okay? But I'm just going to let y'all know, your boy is still recovering. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I can give you. You had to be there. If you were there, then you know exactly what the tea is. And I'm not going to spill it, okay? Even though I want to, but I'm not going to do it, all right? I'm going to leave it at that. If you happen to have been there and you chime down in the chat, I mean, I would be interested in hearing your thoughts, but more so when we are able to talk about it, all right? Other news, y'all, my book will be out tomorrow. I'm super excited about this. I gotta mention this. We gotta get some housekeeping out of the way. Book 2 is out. It took me all year, I feel like, to get this out. I started this book, I think, writing it. I think I started last February, and it took me up until about October. Listen, when I tell you it takes things up to a whole nother level, go ahead and tap into that pre-order. And then if you guys want your paperback and your hardback covers, you guys can order those tomorrow as well. And then it will be available on Audible in the next coming weeks. All right. So let's get into the tea. Oh, so y'all know we're going to Bali. So tap on into the link in the description if you want to go. It looks like we got 6 spots left. So holla at your boy. All right, so Atlanta. Let's start with Atlanta. We got to talk about a lot of shows today, so sit down and buckle on up. Atlanta. Remember I told y'all yesterday, I think it was last week, we had the confirmation from B. Scott that the ladies would be filming this month. And I told you I had also heard, too, that from Boots on the Ground that they would be filming this week. And it looks like Porsha has announced that they are filming this week. So let's get into it, baby. Let's get into it. What she had to say just yesterday, it appears.
City, I love everybody here, and I wanted to come out, party with y'all, enjoy this beautiful weather. And also, are y'all ready for the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Yes! So as y'all know, your girl is back. I'm back. Are y'all happy about that?
Are y'all happy about it?
Okay, so I don't know if I'm ready, y'all. Like, y'all think I'm ready? Like, you think? Baby, they're gonna be coming for me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get it together because y'all, we about to start filming, y'all. We about to start filming this week. So that's some tea for y'all. This is my city. I love everybody.
All right, y'all. So there you have it. She says they will be filming this week and that they will be coming for her. That's interesting that she feels that they're going to be coming for her already. What y'all think that means? Let us know in the chatterization down below. Shout out to our friends over at the Bravo Shade Room for capturing that. Not only that, but also this little interesting moment right here. I am assuming that this was, I think it was based on this post, the whole crew came out to show love to our baby Riley Burris. So it says, my ATL family came out to celebrate me today. So it looks as though Porsha was in the building as well. But did she happen to curb Carmen? Y'all let us know, because a commenter posted, Porsha is naturally funny. She did not have to hug everyone except for Carmen before jumping in to take the photo. It says Porsha in the caption wasn't feeling Carmen. Let me turn the sound off. So you can see Porsha is going to run into the frame. There you go. Hugs, 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 hugs to everybody. But you know what? Sometimes in those moments, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm guilty of this too. Like you could see, okay, you in a rush, you kind of trying to run into the thing and take a photo or something like that, and you don't get to speak to everybody that you might have normally spoke to. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You just never know how these things turn out. So it's hard to say, because I know that I am guilty of sometimes like, oh my God, I missed like, you know, a certain person, or, you know, I didn't say hey or bye to a certain person because I was number one, I'm always in my head when I'm out and about. And then two, sometimes that makes you forget or miss things that you wouldn't have ordinarily missed if you weren't so in your head and trying to rush. So who knows? Just thought I would bring that to y'all's attention. Again, links will be in the description down below so you can watch and analyze for yourself. Now, let's talk about Patomic, okay? Patomic is back in the mix in filming. Now, see, this tea right here is interesting to me because it feels like what we're able to see is at least who some of the ladies are maybe potentially gravitating to, right? So here we have Mia Thornton with new cast members Stacey Roosh and Jazzy Rideau, right? And then we talked to you guys about Jazzy already being a friend of Mia's. And so now we see Stacey pictured here with Mia, so that it at least lets us know that they are in the mix and who they might be in the mix with, at least this far into filming. Y'all, I love when we get a little bit of casting tea and speculation. That is what we have fun doing on this channel. If that's not something that you enjoy, then I am sorry for you, but it is fun for the rest of us. So people in the comments, don't be spoiling everybody else's fun. Just sit there and sip your tea and just keep watching, okay? Now, interesting trio right here. I'll be interested to see how that pans out as the season ends. Again, we know nothing, right? We know nothing right now. So this is all just teasers to get our appetites wet for the new season. Now, speaking of getting our appetites wet for the new season, now I know some of you guys may not be excited for this show based on what we know about some of the interactions that have occurred in the past, all right? But, you know, I would argue that I oftentimes try to get into a show in a new season coming into it with a fresh perspective so that I don't at least feel that same level of tense energy. And hopefully, I always hope for a less toxic ending or a less toxic beginning to this season. And I hope for fresh energy, right? That's all we can really hope for, you know? And that's something I've learned in recapping these shows since about 2016. So you just kind of have to try to look at it with a fresh lens every time and not hold on to it and not hold on to that anger. Because sometimes what I realized is in this space, you can hold on to anger for something about a person that you dislike so much that you become that which you dislike. So that is important to recognize about, you know, how we view these shows and how we comment about them. And we want to make sure that we don't become that which we are claiming we don't like, right? Does that make sense? Let me know in the chatterization if you understand what I'm saying, right? So we're talking about Basketball Wives, okay? Let's just call a thing a thing. Basketball Wives, as we have known, is back filming, right? So we know the prime players in the mix, but it looks like the ladies are on their cast trip. And again, according to our friends over at Reality Chat, links again will be in the description down below, depending on where you're watching this video. All right. So we can see Jennifer here, you know, doing her thing, posing. I'm trying to interpret where they might be based on what I see in the background, but it's very hard for me to tell. I can't really get a good gauge. But we see Evelyn is back in the mix as well, which we already knew. All right, so as you guys can see here, we got Brooke shaking it, jiggle it, shaking it, jiggle it, shaking it, jiggle it, shaking it, jiggle it. I ain't mad at it, Brooke. If you got it, flaunt it. I mean, let them know you want it. You know what I'm saying? But that's not all we got, y'all. We got some other cast members in the mix. All right. And who might that be, you ask? Well, of course. What is Basketball Wives? What is Basketball Wives without that good Jackie Christie? Okay. Yes, Jackie Christie is in the mix. And it looks like she at least has one ally in rumored newbie, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Now, do you guys recall that name? Because we did mention Dr. Cheyenne Bryant when Sunny went on her tirade against Jackie Christie. So we at least know that Jackie finally has an ally. And it does indeed look like that ally was on the boat along with them. She is definitely serving body, okay? I'm not mad at it. I'm hoping that with Brandy also in the mix, that she's come back to the show with some fresh energy and that we have some fresh drama and fresh storylines that can really actually feel like a solid show and is going somewhere. Not like last season where everybody was just tapering off all these potential newbies who actually had a lot of potential. Brittany had potential, Vanessa had potential, but they just seemed to fizzle out. So we have yet to see what is going on with Basketball Wives. Now, of course, what would this be without some Real Housewives of Beverly Hills tea, y'all? We got to talk about Beverly Hills because Beverly Hills has just started filming as well, okay? And great thing that we also have boots on the ground down to the Beverly Hills as well, okay? I want to first take things over to TV Deets because we have what appears to be one heck of a cast lineup for season 14 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I mean, we got a lot going on right here. So I want to take a second to discuss before we get into the filmed events, right? So let's talk. All right. So we have Kyle Richards, of course, returning. Duh. I mean, was there any doubt in our minds that she would not return? Then we have, of course, Garcelle Bouvet, who is full-time as well, along with Erica Jane, full-time, and Sutton Strike, full-time. I mean, these are the ones who make the most sense. This is the core four, I think, of this group. Well, I guess we could call it a core five, really. Because we also have Dorit Kemsley returning in a full-time capacity. But y'all, we got some newbies in the mix, y'all. Boma St. John, y'all. Boma St. John. So I want to take things over to Boma's Instagram page because I really want you guys to get an idea and the feel for exactly who Boma really is. So let's discuss, okay? Let's take it on over to her page, baby. Allow me to reintroduce myself. She says, Her Excellency, the Special Envoy to the President of Ghana on behalf of the diaspora, Boma Aiba St. John. And yes, I'm a diplomatic passport carrying baddie, okay? So, as you guys can tell, we got another African queen in the building, y'all. This is exciting to me. This is super exciting to me. I mean, look, come on. Listen, let me tell y'all something. When I see hair, I want to see big hair. I want to see so much hair I can barely see your face almost. But then when I do see your face, when you part the C's of that hair, I want to see that face that looks like bam, okay? And she is giving and serving everything right here. I am super excited about this, y'all. I feel like this is definitely cause for us to be like really, really excited. She is a published author. She has her own, she's a what she calls the urgent life author, okay? She is a Hall of Fame marketer, all right? And she is also the curator of the I'm going to say the Baddie Workshop curator, because y'all know I try not to curse on the channel, okay? So if you guys aren't following, please definitely give her a follow at the Bad ASSBOZ, okay? Let's get into it, y'all. I'm super excited about this, y'all. And I know, maybe it's just me, but I am. And I know that it is very difficult to cast for Beverly Hills, especially with the way things went in the past 2 seasons. But I think that we also got a solid mix of women, especially because we also have Eva LaRue, okay? Many of you guys may already know who Eva LaRue is. She is full-time, okay? So I'm also super excited about her. She has been in the industry for a very long time, in the entertainment industry for a very long time. She has a wonderful family as well. So I'm excited to see. I always think that it is best for Housewives franchises to bring in 2 new cast members at the same time versus the one. It takes the pressure off of the one, and it allows the 2 to integrate very differently, right? Or in a very similar fashion. You just never really know. And I think you have much more success for the 2 of them when they come in as I don't want to say as a duo, but you have more success, I feel like, in the long run when you have somebody. Let's go back. Let's look at Phaedra and Cynthia. Let's look at Kenya and Porsha, right? Think about some of those women and who have kind of come into the franchise and really shook things up, right? So, of course, you also, interestingly enough, have Kathy Hilton back as a friend, which is also very, very interesting to me because Kathy adds an element of quirk to Beverly Hills that I think is needed for that show. And then you have Amanda de Cassidine. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not necessarily as familiar with her. She's also listed as a friend. I'm going to have to do some more research on her. But of course, we have Jennifer Tilly, who we have listed as a guest. Jennifer Tilly is the BFF of Sutton Strack, okay? Now, I've also heard that Jennifer Tilly is also a friend of, but I'm also, TVD is usually like spot on the money as well. So I'm excited about this cat. This to me looks very solid. As y'all know, I feel like in this day and age, the more usually equals the merrier when it comes to these shows. And we got a little bit of inside tea from our friends over at Queens of Bravo on the goings on with filming because Sutton had a party. Now, I don't know what kind of party this was based on the outfit choices, but I mean, we got some interesting themes going here. I mean, maybe it's Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. I really don't know. But of course, we have Jennifer Tilly, we have Kathy Hilton, we have Garcelle, and Dorit. Okay. As you guys can see, the ladies are pictured right here. Newbies abound. And then we also have just a bit more from filming. I'm excited about this season, y'all. Like, I really wasn't too excited about the last season, but I feel in my spirits that we could be getting some very good stuff go on this current season that's filming. We have Garcelle here. Kathy is back in the building. I don't know who is singing up there. We have Boz, aka Bozuma, right there as well. At least we see Garcelle. I believe she's actually speaking with Bozuma as well as Kathy. So I'll be interested to see how Bozuma actually is introduced to the cast on this show. Like, who did she know coming in? And, who is the prime person? In my mind, I kind of hope it's Garcelle, but I mean, I wouldn't be too mad, you know what I'm saying, if it was somebody else either. And then we have a little bit more tea on what's going on. So Queens of Bravo is saying that Kathy's returned as a friend of, and just heard Jennifer Tilly and Amanda de Cadine. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, are allegedly joining as friends of. All right. So who knows? Who knows? But we've got more views of the party. Again, I don't know what the theme of said party is. That to me is up in the air. We've got Kyle, of course, getting ready. There are some trees in her hair. I really don't know what is supposed to be happening. I'm not quite sure, but here we have the ladies all in the mix. Okay. So there you have it. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is back in business, y'all. And it looks like we've got some fresh new faces to go along with a brand new season. So with that being said, y'all, let me know what you guys are excited about. Which show are you more excited about? Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Potomac, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, or the new season of Basketball Wives. All of these shows are incoming. So it looks like it is going to be an amazing end of summer and early fall. All right. So with that being said, I will catch you guys, of course, in the next video. Oh, before I do that, again, make sure, y'all, the book tomorrow, go ahead and pre-order your copy. You can still pre-order your copy today. And then tomorrow is a release day. So I really can't express to you how excited I am for y'all to read this book. And of course, like I said, I will catch you in the next video.